Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening again to conversation with my friend, with my artist friend. And tonight it is a special edition. Let's say that today we have a special guest. It is a big honor for me to have the possibility to talk with her. I'm a bit emotional because I'm really happy to have with us tonight Nadine Robbins. Nadine Robbins, she is internationally recognized painter, very big artist in hyperrealism, and it's a really a big honor to get to know her better. She seems to be a really an amazing person, and you can see through her work how beautiful they are. And I'm really glad to talk with her. I'm gonna invite her in a second. Let's jump in directly because I can't wait to talk with Nadine. Okay, here we go. I hope that we connect soon. Hello, Nadine. How are you? Good evening. No, good evening. At your
Midday.
place, it's at exactly. It's
I'm doing.
you're ready for lunch almost.
Yeah, I already had my lunch, so you guys don't have to watch me eat.
Okay, perfect. Thank you to be here with us. Thank you so much. I can see already on the background your beautiful last work you've done. It's amazing.
Yes,
Is your brother?
it's
And
my brother. He's very special to me for many reasons, and I'm going to paint him for a while. So I did,
oh,
and now he's on the
fantastic.
varnishing table. And yeah,
Okay, good, great. So, how are you, Nadine? How is there in America? How is the world
uh,
of art in America? How is it now with all this
it's
mad situation we are going through?
wow. That's a lot. It's things are good. I mean, you know, kind of getting used to the new normal with COVID. I'm not going to even try to touch on any politics of any kind. I
No,
won't go there. No, that's no fun, is it?
no,
And
it's not.
I found to actually at the beginning was really tough for a lot of us, I think. But since I'm stuck at home, I've actually been very sort of contemplative about my
Yeah,
work. And somehow it gave me an enormous amount of confidence to just be quiet in my studio more time than ever for a few years. And it's like a blessing. So I'm trying to look at it in a more positive way, that I have this
exactly.
time to breathe, right? And to develop these ideas that I've been wanting to do. So,
Exactly. That's the right way. This is how it should be in
yeah,
our
it,
mind. How we have to get these as a is a new way to look at life. It's something that we have to go within. So I'm glad that you are taking this time to be in your space, doing all your beautiful work. That I have to say that I'm one of your biggest fan because I really like a lot what you do, all your paintings. Cara, I don't know if I already tell you that I told you that it is my favorite one. Cara,
oh,
it's the
Kara.
name.
Yes,
Cara,
the
Cara,
blue.
Cara. Yeah, that's Italian accent. Yeah,
Yeah,
the blue one, of course, colors.
yeah, it's it was a really nice to do, I began this new series of paintings kind of not exactly knowing where I was going because it was a new technique. And after doing 3 portraits, all of a sudden I kind of got into a flow and just sort of lost myself in that painting. And I feel like you could tell, like, I think it's definitely one of my better ones. And I'm just trying to build on that and create a collection of these emotional, intense, sometimes portraits.
They are very
Yeah.
vibrant. The colors are amazing. I cannot say that, of course, the expression of all the faces that you've done are absolutely gorgeous, and all your work, they are amazing, really. That's why you are so well known as an artist, American artist and hyperrealism, because many of your paintings are already museum and private collection. You're very good collection, so it is amazing as an artist to. I mean, how do you feel to be such a great artist? Because you started as doing graphic designer or something like that, if I don't mistaken, photography also. So you are a photographer. That's your background, right?
Yeah, it's well, yes, I to my background definitely is was graphic design many years in
Graphic
the
design.
financial markets of all things, right? Graphic design, and you know, I ran my little design agency for like 20 some odd years, and
Wow.
but then when the financial markets crashed, right, in 2008, it was kind of like a blessing because I couldn't figure out how to get out of my business and start to paint. And so all of a sudden, I just was given this gift, right, as hard as it was, and started to paint from there. And, you know, all of those experiences and doing a lot of photography, to what you were just saying, really have served me well in my concepts, my compositions, you know, my photography skills. And it sort of is all coming together. Like now, after 14 years of doing this, I only feel like I'm hitting the ground now. You know, as to how it feels as an artist, people kind of know, I guess now. I don't necessarily look at it that way. I just kind of do my thing, and it's nice to get recognition. Certainly keeps you going because it's a pretty hard business that we're in. So you know, I feel grateful, honestly, to have so many people like my work, and yeah, so.
Amazing. Yeah, they are. I mean, but tell me, I mean, because you are using, of course, there are so many artists that are following. If I'm gonna ask you something related about your technique that you said before you start a new technique or you are developing something new, there is something, I mean, you work only with oil, you or right, or you start also with
Yes.
acrylic and just oil, right? So it is like, I mean,
Oh,
about many layers, many hours do you spend on the canvas? It's easier now, it's faster now than before. You are enjoying more to stay there in few details, because sometimes it's just the other way around, you know, like someone started very fast and then become a slower painter, and the other way around. What about you?
well,
If I
I
didn't
kind of did it, sir, to tighten. Um, are you there? Oh, there you go. You came back. I did start looser, and then progressively got tighter as I learned my technique. To talk to you a little bit about technique, right? It's, you know, careers kind of go up and down. And I have been doing for many years what I would call more traditional work in portraits, using old masters techniques, and applying kind of humor and the concepts, skill set that I have. And but you know, you hit a point, and I'm sure a lot of artists who are listening, you're just bored, or you manage to like you got to a high level in your craft, and then where do you go from there? I had gotten a little bored, and so I tried something new when I did the portrait of myself with the leather gloves.
yeah.
I had so much fun on that. But, you know, unfortunately, something happened to me where, you know, I had an injury in one of my eyes, and it made it really hard for me to paint like I did before. So I decided to jump into portrait, which I had a lot of fun, and figure out what to do on that painting. Because, you know, when you do this one painting, uh, forcing yourself to be as as tight and traditional and use brighter colors and you know, tech, and just not wanting everything to be perfect, but yet still photorealism. That's, I love doing that painting. And literally weeks later, after I delivered it to gallery, the injury happened. And then I'm saying to myself, a few months later, I'm back in the studio and I say to myself, I got to learn. I can't paint the old way. I got to learn what I did. And it started with the Just Try and otherwise known as the Angry Black Woman, that painting that way. And in it, what I had to do with those paintings is simplify the process, because my eye was, you know, I only had the one eye left. So I was like, it was just, it's hard on your, you know, when you already have two eyes, right? So I have kind of skipped a level. You know, I am very open about the fact that I project. There is no mystery in what I do. We're just, and so I project. That was the same, but what would happen at the layers where I would be, you know, blocking in the color, the first very loose blocking of all the color, and then you apply another layer of more detail, and then I used to apply yet another fourth layer. So what I decided to do was cut out the layers. So the first layer is thicker than I used to do, not so thin, and a little lighter. And then the next layer is only lines and dots of variants, you know, overlapped on top of each other, so that it really amazing sense of dimension, and trying to figure out, well, why? And this is where my graphic design side comes out, which is really great. Is for those that don't know how it works, is that it's a series of 4 colors that are sort of put together on a sheet of paper, where all the dots aren't really touching each other. So, but yet you can create millions of colors from that. So I kind of applied, it's good, I guess it's like a mesh technique. I'm not, there's one color and 2 color. I'm not going to combine them and just fan the colors together. What I do is the stroke dots overlap. And by having the other colors be able to come through or be hidden, it just developed in something that actually became much more, and you can't see it on the, you know, but like a luminosity that I never even had in the portraits that I were doing before that were more traditional. And I feel that Kara, the portrait that you like and that has been well received, really caught that. And I understood what I did. So that's very exciting to me. So because now I'm like, okay, I know what I'm doing and I'm ready to hit the ground. And I've been photographing, you know, within isolation. And we'll see what happens. That's planned.
I think that with Kara, it was very clear. It was not even like, I cannot even say that was like a kind of glazing, you know, like, because there are more details on the, I can see that there are more details, but of course the vibrant colors, and I can see there is a kind of, and also it is interesting to see, I mean, I felt that you were so proud. I mean, that you like it so much, because the way that you presented to us, it was so vibrant as much as the painting. And I think it's beautiful when you see something and you are really proud of to achieve some kind of goal. So I think you got it, and to achieve a new technique and to be so proud of it, it's amazing. And this is a process, of course.
My excitement, I think, shows through, and then my boredom shows through in some of the older paintings. And I was talking to my gallery about, you know, and he's really excited about where I'm headed. And he's like, oh, Nadine, you're just having so much more fun. I'm like, I'm not the only one who could tell. It's just like, okay, you know, and some people have given me critiques about my work have said the same. They said, you seem to be really enjoying yourself. So, and I am. So it's a good thing.
Why not? Yes,
You should,
beautiful.
right?
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course. But listen, I'm curious. Which kind of client do you have? Who is your kind of collector? I mean, who is the one buying your kind of paintings, and maybe even the huge one? And what about even the difference when you decide to do a small portrait or use a big canvas? Well, there is something in your mind. I mean, because of course I think that when you decide to paint, there is also the commercial side of you saying, I don't know, I'm asking, maybe it's not like this. Can you hear me? Because
If I understand, you know, yeah, can you hear me?
It's a bit,
I can hear
now,
you.
yes.
Okay. I'm not sure I'm like fully understanding your question necessarily.
If you want, I'll try to make it another time. So no, first
no.
of all, I mean,
honestly, I forgot. I kind of forgot what you.
the collectors. What are your collectors? And the one they buy, maybe the small canvas or the big paintings, or
you know, there are two things going on, right? There's the old work and how it was purchased, and then there's the newer work. And it's a different clientele of collectors. In the past, I've had collectors that are more traditional, you know, in the realism and photorealism. And I've painted small and large pieces. And as everybody knows, those small ones definitely sell quicker. But I've also had much ones, all the large ones that I have sell. And so I don't know. I don't know if I can really pin down like my collectors. You know, they collect what they collect, right? I can't force them to buy anything. I'm a little softer in my sell, so I'm not going to force things on people. They like it, they'll buy it. It's as simple as that. So, you know, I've been fortunate to have some, you know, good, really nice collections by my work, nude or portraits. And I'm really proud of that. And I think they bought it because of the skill. I think they bought my paintings because of the strength of the women that are represented in the work. You know, technique and all that, but I think it was more the concepts and composition and colors. Now that I'm doing these portraits, it's very different. So I've been in the beginning fearful that my existing collectors wouldn't be on board. And some of them are not on board, and okay, because I'm having so much more fun, and I've been selling these portraits, all of them, except for one. So I think that people are responding. These are new collectors that appreciate a portraits, portraiture. And although it's a difficult thing to sell, right? Because it's very, portraits are very personal.
Yeah.
Excuse me? They're very personal, and people they don't want a portrait of somebody on their wall. But I'm always saying to myself, well, that doesn't make any sense, because if you go to every single museum in the entire world, any one of them, figurative works in many ways are predominant. And so I don't understand why not have, I mean, I should say, excuse me, in America, portraiture is not as popular. But I'm finding that, you know, my approach, that the sales have been good, that maybe to your point of commercialism, which as an artist, I have unapologetically will choose a size color certain things because I know that they will sell better, because it gives me the opportunity to things that I want, truly want. I maybe that came out wrong. What I meant is that I will only paint what I want to paint. That's the bottom line. But if I know to use color blue is going to help, then, I'm like, it doesn't take away from my creativity at all. So I would like to think that these small tweaks, that you do, that I do in my portraits, and I don't know. I think I answered the question.
Yes, I think so. Yeah. And also you are enjoying also, I saw, to stay in social media, and you have also many accounts also, I think. Instagram, it's amazing because I'm following you, so I can see all your contents. But I know that you are doing also you have other account on TikTok, but you are doing something different.
I'm doing something different, and my mother, who passed away such a long time ago. I wish I had had her around a lot. Told me, Nadine, just do your thing. It may not be as popular. And in this case, I decided to go to TikTok, which was not as popular a year and a half ago. And Sergio Gomez and I actually teamed together and put together like a really solid course and everything, because we were trying to tell people, guys, TikTok is where it's at, not Instagram. Reels is just not the same. We compare them a lot, but I'm not going to get into technicalities. So I decided to spend my time more on TikTok for many reasons. And it's taken me a long time to get to 50,000 followers, like a lot to some people on TikTok, but I niched down and I have mostly artists following me, because I want to provide them value, and it's a wonderful community. It's not just about showing off your work. I mean, that's always nice. And to that point, I got to say, I'm very excited because I've been stuck at 50,000 for I don't know, 6 months, and started a series to demystify hyperrealism and how to paint a portrait, right? In hyperrealistic side, part 1, part 2, I'm up to part 4, and it's just gone kind of ballistic. Like I'm up to 65,000. So in 2 days, 15,000 followers, and the comments, and they all want to know how to paint hyperrealism.
Wow.
And it feels so good that my craft, which is maligned, people do not see it as art, which is really unfortunate. But you have all these people that really want to know how it's done, and they're not being taught. I remember watching your video with David, who mentioned that kids are not being taught realism or how to run a business, or any of those things. And so I think I've tapped into something on TikTok. And so I'm just having a really good time. I mean, it's short form video is the only way to go now. It's what people want. And I've learned a lot about it. And even though our course didn't do as well with Sergio as we wanted it to, the knowledge that I gained at the right time, I think is going to be really helpful with a new program we're putting together, my husband and I, for NFTs. We're researching and studying my catalog of art in NFT format. And what people don't understand is that the TikTok crowd, they love their NFTs. So I'm really hopeful that will help me in that new venture.
But I was just going to ask you, what do you think about NFT? And you already answered in a way.
I am so excited about it. You have the haters, you have the believers. I am always about moving forward in technology. I love it. And I think that it's hard for people to understand a whole different world. But the way that I tried to explain it, NFTs, is that, you know, I want to be relevant still, my artwork going forward. I'm 55 years, oh, excuse me, 56. The birthdays.
Oh, 55.
I'm 56.
We are young. We are
a lot long. We are young, absolutely. I got many years to go, and hopefully. And I want to be relevant. And so the NFT space is interesting because imagine you're doing virtual reality and somebody has bought their space out in the metaverse, right? They got their house. They need to decorate their house. And I want to have my paintings on their house, on their walls, in their house, in the metaverse. It's a whole nother market. And it's just, wow. I mean, you can just sell your work in so many different ways. I very much like that we as artists can make a royalty off of our work, which is all I've always been. We should in resale, in secondary, we should be making money, but that's a whole nother conversation. I think that it's so new now. I think that it's just like the internet was in the beginning. It was just the Wild West, and it was so much fun. I mean, in the 90s, you could do anything. It was so creative. And here's an opportunity for all of us who are 2D design artists, excuse me. Old habits die hard, designers, but 2D artists have an opportunity to put our art out there in a new way. It's like a whole new market that is really giving us more attention, more sales, more everything. I think it's wonderful.
I think so. Yeah, I think so too.
So exciting.
Absolutely.
21st century.
Absolutely agree with you 100% because it's like a game. It's like to be in a virtual game with your tools, and the people that they're playing with you, they like to buy your things. It is completely something that can go beside what you are doing in real life. So why not? It's not that if you start to be an NFT artist, then you are not anymore a real artist. So this is something that
it's just a whole new way to expose your art to the world. You know, my son actually, who's a big gamer, he's 20 years old, big gamer, loves World of Warcraft. And when he was younger playing it, you know, he comes to me, need $25. And I'm like, what for? You're 13 years old. I got to know. And he's like, well, Mom, there's this beautiful shield that has wings. And I really, 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 really want it. And, you know, I'm a softie. So I said yes. And there you go. That's your NFT. That 13-year-old desperately wanted that shield and the feathers so he could fly and be better than anybody else in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's an NFT.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so that was a really cool.
I'm sorry. Sometimes the connection is bad today. So I have a return of your voice, or maybe the time is not really equal. But anyhow, I hope that I'm not jumping on too fast before you finish. Anyhow, I was saying that also my son is enjoying like video games, PlayStation stuff, like they do, like a group of people playing and stuff. And he was saying to me yesterday about Microsoft that he bought all these new word of gaming, you know, like this kind of new kind, and it's another word. If you go there, any guys, and they are working because they are making a lot of money. They're working a lot. It's their passion. Why not? So NFT are completely something that it is something that I love it so much. And actually, next week on the 27th, I'm gonna talk with an expert about NFT. So if you would like to to join our conversation, but you know already everything. But
Hello, good evening, everybody. Good